Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, it's Angry Turtle reporting again from the public test server as it was restored, and we have a lot of improvements to the perk cards and legendary crafting. I would say legendary crafting 2.0. So there is second attempt, still not perfect, there are still some bugs, but it will be nailed eventually. The point is, it's getting better. So, as you can see, those usually useless special stat effects are giving +3 on a weapon on the third star. +3 is already something. Extra intelligence for experience farming, like having this one weapon with extra intelligence, it's awesome in my opinion. As well, if you wonder about armor pieces and your legendary and your experience farming set, look at that. Extra +2. So it's getting buffed up. I really like this change. So +2 on armor now available. Full set will be +10. Extra +3 on a weapon, that will be +13 just from the second star on intelligence department. And you can of course have any special. But that's not everything. That's one of the changes that were introduced. The second change, finally, I can learn them. Okay, how much did I scrap from the legendary items? I have over 2000 legendary particles. You are getting 9 per 3-star item, which means I scrapped over 200 3-star items. The good news is that previously I scrapped like 300 and learned nothing. Now they change those odds. So now I scrapped 200 and I did manage to learn plans to craft legendary mods. 2 of them. One for weapon and armor. Like this is a double edge. Like it can be applied for any. You can see the pricing. Some of the pricings have been adjusted, so it's more friendly. I would not complain about pricing anymore because they fair. I would love even better drop chances for the plans, but with those already like 100 free stars to get one plan, it's still a lot. But at least now it's doable. I will eventually get all the plans for legendary mods if this system will work like that. 100 free stars on average, one plan. Still a lot as I'm saying, but doable. 100 legendary particles to craft? I would say that's cheap. Like from before I will learn them all, I will be able to craft all the mod boxes I want to craft. Of course, in addition to the plans, the boxes themselves are still dropping. So how much did I get? Outside of what I just crafted, obviously. I just crafted troubleshooters and blooded. I did drop 2 blooded, 1 disputant slayer. Okay, let's count them all. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So from 200 free stars, I drop 10 boxes and learn 2 plans. Which is decent drop chance now. It's not great, not perfect, but I can work with that. What do you think about it? 200 3-star legendaries to get 10 boxes and 2 plans? I mean, it's still a grind, but at least now I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So that's an improvement. That's definitely a solid improvement. Now, in regards to crafting, there were some adjustment to pricing as well. So let me just do whatever weapon. Level 1, just for gigs and giggles. So now, the level doesn't matter for adding legendary. If I want to add a 3-star, random 3-star, it's because you need to make it a random 3-star before you can change the mods. The price was reduced to 15 legendary modules from 30 previously on PTS. So that's a great improvement. 15, I would say it's reasonable now. It's not super cheap still, but you will be doing that only one. So after that, you only will be swapping the stars. So how much does it cost to swap a star? If I want to swap a star, I need to have the box crafted. So I have blooded, for example. And I need to spend 10 legendary modules. Each swap that you do increases the price of swapping on the same weapon. So hopefully you don't need to keep swapping forever, but just swap once to what you need. 10, okay, reasonable. So I need 15 to craft, additional 10 modules to swap, 25 modules total if I want to swap just one. If I would like to swap another one, it will go up to 15. So, yeah, reasonable now. In regards of cost, that was improved. The legendary effects have been improved too, have been buffed. What else is in the patch note? Let me quickly show you. Not everything is equally important, so just overview. Vendor history, it's cool. Unfortunately, it only lasts as long as you are on the server. When you switch the server, you are losing the history log. So you can only access it when you are on the server. Still a progress, you can see what was sold and for how much and to whom. After that, that only applied to playtest server. It's looked like for the future weapons that they plan to add, they will give us those weapons to test to avoid, you know, the bugs. Like with the latest scythe weapon that was not really working exactly as intended. Legendary crafting, there is a lot of fixes. There are still bugs that I need to report, but a lot of fixes already done. Now, the important, what you already noticed, the special is boosted, so that's perfect. Vault 94 armor still bugged, unfortunately. I don't know what they fixed. Doesn't work. It drops as non-legendary, cannot be scrapped. It say it can, but it cannot. I tried. I cannot scrap this. I cannot craft it legendary, nothing. It's completely broken at this moment. Next, that's the fix to drop chances for those mod boxes and adjustment with it. Feels way better, that's for sure. Then perks, I will show you those new perks after the changes. So the good news and bad news. The good news is they better for most people. If you are planning to run with 50 endurance or more, then it's a bad news for you. The scaling was changed. Fix other bugs, server crashes, and so on, as well as the event is running, so I hopefully will be able to show you in the next video how the event works. We'll be there on the public test server for the member hangout to test more stuff. About those perks, what have changed? If you are not familiar, those are the new perks. They retain the names for now and graphics, but those are completely new. I know some people criticize me that those are old, but those are old graphics. The perks are new. So they were redone completely. So this, and this. Those 4 perks are new. And they change how they work. As you can see as well, I have some 3 points. That's another bug. For this moment, for whatever reason, legendary perks are broken, like luck, strength, and so on. They only give me +3 to my special. And additional 2 points do not work for perk cards. So you can see I cannot equip anything on those last 2 points. If I try, some other card will be unequipped. That's a new bug. You know, you fix one thing, another breaks. Unfortunately, I can feel the developers' frustrations when they are trying to fix stuff. I'm with them. My heart is with them. That must be incredibly frustrating. And now to the point. Those do display on this page, and the scaling with endurance now depends how much endurance you have. The less you have, the better the boost is from those perk cards. So they're not really useless for someone who's running with like 10 endurance or under, and not overpowered for people running with super high endurance. I did a test with several setups. I have a screenshots here to show you. So here I have some screenshots. I put endurance value on this page so you know what it was. It is the endurance that displays in Pip-Boy, so actual can be a little bit different. It can be 11.5 or something like that. It displays rounded number, but it is using exact number to calculate those values. So it can be a little bit off, plus minus half. And now, so with 11, you can see already decent amount of damage resist, 50. Almost 5, but you can see after 10 endurance, it seems to be already dropping. As it used to be at 11, it should be 55 on previous formula, now it's 51. But in the same time on 11, natural resistance previously would be 11, now it's 29, so way better. The Thirst Quencher, it used to be 5 per endurance point, now it's a little bit more in here. Is that supposed to be 55 with 11? We have 62, but the scaling drops when we go further, and Vaccinated greatly improved. Previously was 1% per endurance point. Now I have 31 with 11. So generally it is above. Now if I go up with amount of endurance, for 17 endurance, you can see the return is already lower, but it's still going up. If I boost it even higher to 27, and I know the size changed because in this case I'm without power armor, and somehow Pip-Boy is smaller when inside power armor. So now I will say the sweet spot will be probably just under 30 endurance, as over 30 it's dropping too much and it's not a great return. But with 27 it's still worth to boost your endurance to really high values. Look at that, 90 damage resist, 51 to all elemental resistances, 116 action points, 65% disease resist. So this is solid. I would say it's solid. Unfortunately, will not get crazy numbers. If you were planning to go over 50 endurance, there is a greatly diminishing return. Those values, the best you can do, if you go to 100 endurance, those values can go to like 100 or something like that. AP can go to 200, so it's not really feasible to go for insane like high amount of endurance. But already with 20 something, you have awesome return. So you don't need to obsess with endurance to get a good return with those perks. So if you have any questions in regards to the new legendary crafting system, let me know. This is the most important what I had to share about improvements and changes done on public test server. I would say we are going in the right direction and I'm really happy about it. Let me know what you think. And that being said, thank you for watching and see you all in the next one.